Hello and welcome to round 12 of the 2019 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Sakhir, Bahrain. My name is Downton and I will eventually be joined by Lilly Westwood once she makes her way up from the paddock, but unfortunately Robert Matthew is not with us today in the pit lane. He got caught at customs arriving in Bahrain. Today then the drivers will tackle 57 laps of this 5.412 kilometre circuit. Puccio Giordano won for Ocelot last time out. I dare say he'll have to go some to repeat that as we take a look through the grid then for round 12 of the season. It's Enrique Ruiz on pole ahead of his Franklin teammate Timo Kinnaman. They've locked out the front row. Once again, Ruiz starts on the mediums. Kinnaman though is on the hard tyre. It'll be interesting to see how strategy plays out. We've got a mix-up at Downton as well. Powers is on the hards and Class is on the mediums. They line up on the second row. So the top two teams right at the front of the grid and with a complete mix of tyres between them. Lewis Ellington starts from 5th. He's on the mediums for Meteor. That's once again a stunning effort. Felix Perez alongside in the leading first. He is on the mediums as well. Next up on row 4 we've got the two Holmqvists, Sebastian Bergqvist on the hards and Bayer on the mediums. But the last of the teams to really split strategy. Behind them, a lot of drivers on the hard tyres. Completing the top 10, we've got Alexander Zazolia on the hards and Mario Juan Lopez on the extra softs. So brave call there from Meteor, and be interested to see how that one plays out. It's very hot here in Bahrain tonight, and he could be in for a long race. Johan Halverson and Thierry Zylander are on row 6. Both of them are on the hard tyres for North Star and Phoenix respectively, and behind them are their teammates 13th and 14th Gabriele Garcia and Sergio Alvarez, and they are both on the hards as well, both North Star and Phoenix deciding the hard tyres will be the best bet here this evening. On row 8 we have the two Ingrams. James Vazquez leads Jean Matson. Ingram as well opting for the hard tyres here, hoping they can pick up some points. Row 9, 17th, we've got Will Hoskins. Nikolai Milkovic is alongside him in the lead Chimo. Solid effort there from Milkovic in qualifying, seeing as Campos didn't make the grid. Hoskins on the hards, Milkovic on the medium tyres. Elroy Wagner is on the hards as well in 19th place. Puccio Giordano rounds out the top 20. He's on the soft tyres. Brave call from Ocelot because they've also put Hunter Ryan on the softs as well, who starts from 21st. So Ocelot gambling that's going to pay off. Victor Rosberg is on the hard tyres in the second of the Lopez starting from 22nd. He was the slowest qualifier. And at the back, the 4 drivers who made the grid who were excluded from qualifying then. So Kanga and Adrian Seymour, the two DS Matthews, big name team starting at the back. Both their drivers start on the soft tyres as they did last time out. And the final row is Carson Davenport and Finn Schneider. Davenport on the extra softs, Schneider on the mediums. So as we go down to the grid then, it's Enrique Ruiz in pole position on the right. Timo Kinnaman, his teammate, second alongside on the left. The lights go out now and we're racing in Bahrain. It looks like a great start then from Lewis Ellington slightly further back. Ruiz cuts across to cover off Kinnaman. Powers slots in behind, so it's Ruiz leading Kinnaman and Powers into turn 1. Look at Ellington then. Around the outside, Lewis Ellington, he's up into third, he's up into second. No, he's not. Timo Kinnaman just steals that back then. So Ruiz is broken away slightly up front. Kinnaman second, Lewis Ellington up to third. Powers though, right in his wheel tracks as they head up to turn 4. Can't do anything with it though, so Ellington holds on to third.
Yeah, he was very lucky.
Oh, sorry, that's Zazolia backwards and into the wall at turn 4 then. Alexander Zazolia without a rear wing, that will require a pit stop.
It will, and that is 1 or 2 laps down if I remember correctly, Bradley.
Yeah, I think it usually takes about 2 laps to change the rear wing. Up front though, Ruiz is broken away ever so slightly from Kinnaman, who's got Ellington right with him, Powers, and Sebastian Bergqvist has also split the Downtons.
Yeah, so it's actually a really weak start from the Downtons today. I would have expected Powers to be much more clinical in capitalising on that compromised exit from Ellington, who is now really pressuring Kinnaman. Those medium tyres switching on straight away from him at the start of this V-Prix, and he's going to be looking for possibly an opening into the final corner.
Yeah, very possibly. Obviously, Kinnaman on the hard as we've got an accident at the back. That is Finn Schneider and Carson Davenport, and that's Davenport without a front wing then.
I feel like saying that's contact was not my best choice of words.
Well, I mean, it wasn't wrong.
Well, yeah, but it's like walking on your parents at it and saying that's contact. Well, yeah, it is, but there's a little more to it than that. We've got Powers right at the slipstream now of Lewis Ellington as Ruiz sets the fastest lap. No one saw that coming. Big defensive manoeuvre there from Ellington and Powers.
And he's defended and looked to the inside of Kinnaman at the same time. Meanwhile, behind, Klaasman Schnellheid was looking at putting a move on Bergqvist, but none of them came off.
No, so interesting to see. Wow, my words just fell out of my mouth in the wrong.
You just failed at English.
I had a stroke, sadly. That's what happened. Just like my granddad. So yeah, Powers is now going to be stuck behind Ellington for another lap. That joke wasn't funny.
No. We have a yellow flag in the first sector. We've got 3 drivers in the pits then at the end of the opening lap. Zozolya, Hoskins and Davenport. So that's the most we've had. That's the most sort of like first lap chaos we've had in a while, isn't it?
I'm really surprised that Schneider has come away from that incident without any damage to his car. Like, that can't be right. As Franklin boys are actually really pulling away now. Yikes. But I guess this has opened the door up for Powers a little bit to start just easing the pressure onto Ellington.
Here we go. So this is on board with Hoskins then. So I think this is what started the accident. He was down the inside of... that's Zozolya. And, that's naughty.
That is going to cop a penalty, I'm afraid. I mean,
yeah, I'd say so. It was announced earlier in the season, wasn't it, that penalties would be handed out for drivers recklessly returning to the track and wiping another driver out. Well, that was well and truly that.
Yeah, unfortunately, drivers for a few years were able to get away with it on technicalities at times, just because, sometimes it apparently... we got more action now from these two.
Yeah, Ellington defends on the inside as Mario Juan Lopez sets the fastest lap.
Never mind that, Powers is... a little bit of contact there, I think.
Yeah, through goes Nathaniel Powers. Lars has gone past Bergqvist as well. I was so distracted by that fastest lap. That totally was right. Now, Klaas looking up the inside of Ellington as well. Will the Brit lose 2 spots in a matter of corners? No, he won't.
No, very intelligently done. It's very easy to look forward immediately after losing a position, but Ellington, smart, kept a cool head, looked behind him and covered off that move up the inside from Klaas. Good driving.
Of course, I suppose the fact that Lopez set the fastest lap there should be no surprise, really. He is on the extra soft tyre.
Yeah, can't wait to see his 89 pit stops.
One of only 2 drivers, the other being Carson Davenport, who's already made a stop, but admittedly not for tyres.
Davenport's just going to be making 90 then.
Hang on. How's he going to make 89 pit stops in 56 laps?
He's just going to try really hard. I'm going to be honest with you, Bradley. Haven't done the maths of it. We're missing our maths guy today.
We are, yes. He, got caught with customs.
Yep. Too much cocaine. Are we allowed to say that?
We probably shouldn't reveal what it was, what he was trying to smuggle.
Too much not cocaine. There we go, Bradley.
Yes, that's a great example.
Absolutely.
Of how not to do it.
I suppose on the subject of Mr. Mathers, hang on, I might have to put that on pause.
Yeah, I was going to say, on board with Klaas van Snelheid then. Using the slipstream on Lewis Ellington. Ellington defends the inside line. Can Klaas van Snelheid sweep around the outside of turn 1 then? He's kept his foot in, but I think Ellington is just about hold that on. Klaas has the inside line for turn 2, but nope, Ellington holds on to 4th place.
Ellington a little bit sketchy on his decision making there into turn 2.
I'll tell you what, this is giving Bergqvist a run though. Look at Bergqvist right up on Klaas. Klaas though up the inside of Ellington at turn 4. And Klaas van Snelheid there wheel to wheel. And surely the Dutchman will get this done now, and he does. And Klaas van Snelheid goes back into 4th place then as Downton resumed the 3rd and 4th they started in.
Yeah, I think he saw that threat coming from Bergqvist behind. He knew he had to make that move happen because Ellington is not an easy driver to pass. He's definitely very determined. Especially after his performance last time out, he'll have felt a little bit aggrieved and determined to get another good result. Yeah,
absolutely. I have to say, while Ellington's qualifying pace looks pretty mighty, look how much time that cost Klaas van Snelheid. He's 3 seconds behind his teammate.
As we've got a little bit of action here, Bayer lost a lot of time there to Perez, who's now right on his gearbox. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That has cost him a whole lot of time. But on the softer tyre, Bradley, he should have a bit of an easier time catching up.
He certainly should, yeah. Obviously, so up front, Klaas van Snelheid and Enrique Ruiz on the mediums, I think it is, and then Timo Kinnaman and Nathaniel Powers on the hard tyres.
Indeed. After that, you've got, I think, Ellington mediums, Bergqvist hards, Bayer mediums.
Yep.
Because I actually bothered to put the grid in the right place this time, guys, so I can see it. We've got Bayer very defensive, heading down to turn 1.
Yeah, so the 2 Felixes then trying to get together once again, and Perez trying to go down the inside has allowed Lopez around the outside, and Mario Juan Lopez is, no, he's not through into 8.
No, but Zylander is through into 10th place, into a point-scoring position for Phoenix with a fantastic move.
Oh, up the inside goes Mario Juan Lopez then on Felix Perez, and I think finally the Argentine is going to take it, and he is. Lopez is through into 8.
Yeah, got to say, that's a good overtake considering his tyres are probably going to be dead in 2 laps. We've got Alvarez all out of shape through the middle sector.
Yeah, Alvara's very sideways there, and this is a great little scrap, isn't it, between the five of them, sorry. Matson tacked on the back of there as well.
I just realised that actually the red on these 3 cars is the exact same. Look at it.
It's not quite the exact same, but...
No, you're not the exact same.
No, I'm not the exact same, you're right.
Ginger.
Kanga and Simon, though, making decent starts to this. Oh, they're on the soft tyres.
Yeah, strategies last time out.
That's going to hurt.
Oh, that's a lovely move, though, gotta say.
Yeah, Kanga sweeping around the outside of Milkovic there, then up into 15th place. They started 23rd and 24th, so it's been a solid opening 4 laps for them, to be fair.
Reality can be whatever they want it to be. I suppose we should talk about them. Obviously, bit of an incident where a few teams were unable to actually submit their strategies for the...
Well, yeah, you know, probably didn't help that their technical director got caught in customs. That's Ellington, sorry. Lewis Ellington, back through past Class 1 Schnellheid in 4th.
I wasn't paying attention, I was looking at a bird.
Yeah, nor was I. I don't know where that one came from.
Oh, that's a good joke for the OGs. Oh, that's Giordano trying to make moves at the inside on Albert Wagner, but there was no room.
I mean, we were watching Simon on Milkovic, but okay.
No, I was watching Giordano.
You were watching behind. There we go. Through goes Adrian Simon then into 16th place.
So you should learn
that was never really a battle that was going to... Yeah, meanwhile, Nathaniel Powers has caught right up to Timo Kinnaman.
He's just reeled him in like a fisherman on a fishing trip. I didn't really have another... I ran out of good words. And he's all over the back of the fin now. This is going to be a great scrap, I think.
Yeah, it seems as though Powers really, really eager to get on with this, and he needs to, because he's already 4 seconds behind the race leader. Ruiz absolutely scampering away.
Fun little fact, the only 2 drivers in front of him are former teammates of his, Bradley.
In front of who?
Powers.
Nope.
He worked with Ruiz, didn't he?
Well, I mean, Ruiz was a reserve.
Boom! Epic, get owned, libtard. Facts don't care about your feelings.
And he was alongside Kinnaman for all of 2 races.
Yeah, but still a teammate.
There's Nathaniel Powers then, down the inside at turn 1. Kinnaman's left the door open, and Powers takes 2nd place.
Honestly, lackluster driving from Timo Kinnaman
There's
there.
Class 1 Schnellheid around the outside of Lewis Ellington, also at turn 1, but he's pinched on the inside of turn 2, and Ellington holds on to that. Class is going to have a great run now, though, through turn 3 and up into turn 4. And
is he going to make another last
Is he going to dive up the inside? No, he's not. Thinks better of it, and that's allowed Sebastian Bergquist to close right back onto the pair of them.
Yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic there, because we're missing that usual killer instinct that we get usually from Klaas van Snelheid, and in turn, with a pretty decent drive from Bergqvist, we're seeing an actual, a couple of unusual threats to Klaas van Snelheid's race.
Yeah. It's strange to see him in between a Meteor and a Holmqvist. It kind of doesn't feel right.
Bradley, you do not know how that man spends his evenings, okay? He's a young boy, he's experimenting. Here we go, he's got a great run though on that. No.
Backed out of that one. I mean, to be fair, I do love a Meteor as well.
Do you mean the Domino's pizza?
I do, yes.
Oh, but they've got a barbecue base, Bradley.
I know, but there is nothing wrong with barbecue base.
Okay, but you're wrong, and there is. You fucking heathen.
But no, you're wrong, and there isn't.
Listen,
let's agree to disagree.
Hashtag fag gang. I can say that, by the way.
I mean...
Right, boys, I have to admit, Bradley kept me waiting for a while, so I was a little bored before this. So, oh, it's Class with a great...
Whoa, and Ellington slices across. Well, I mean, it wasn't quite that aggressive, but he drifted across and wasn't going to back out of that one. Class is now though, around the outside of turn 1, and he's got the move done. Class goes back into 4th place.
Yeah, both a couple of sniff.
Yeah, just moves across to the apex of turn 3 to cut Ellington off getting the run.
I have to admit, I very much enjoyed that. We've seen Class giving Ellington perhaps a bit too much room to manoeuvre, as we got Lopez in the pit lane there.
So that was 7 laps he managed on those extra stops.
Oh boy, so we're looking at 8 stops. I literally said before the race, I said 8 stops.
I'm fairly sure you said 89.
No, that was after the race started, Bradley. Do catch up.
Do catch up, darling. Who do you think you are, Craig Rebel Horwood?
No, I'm I don't know, any of the characters out of Downton Abbey in cinemas now. Don't go and see it. It gives me too much to do. I'm not kidding. Everyone comes to the cinema right now for that film.
I forgot that was where you worked.
Huh? Yeah,
I forgot that was where you worked.
Yeah, you know, being a cam girl isn't working for me right now because it's too warm in my room, so they're just watching me sweat uncomfortably and moan about the weather.
Some people enjoy that.
Mainly Brits, but I don't like British people.
Well, if they pay you.
Yeah, but they've also voted to leave the EU, Bradley.
They did, but, you know, when we have another vote, soon enough, they'll vote the other way.
We won't have another vote.
We will.
We're not, I don't think Nick wants us to discuss boring British politics. Well,
maybe not, but, you know, it's totally going to end up with another referendum at some point.
Maybe. Ooh, Alvarez on the inside of
So at some point, Matsson's got through, but Sergio Alvarez then fights back and goes back up into 12th place. Meanwhile, the two DS Mathershaws behind are...
losing time.
Yeah, well... Yeah. But, in fairness, they're as far behind Klaas van Snelheid in 4th as Klaas is behind the race leader.
Yeah, but Klaas has, like, half as many cars between them.
Far less than half as many, but yeah.
Look, again, math guy not here. What do you want from me, Bradley? Don't answer that in public. Anyway, back to what I was saying. No, it's not relevant now.
Well, we were talking about the referendum.
I was talking before that about...
as into the pits comes Carson Davenport then. So Davenport on the soft tyres managed 7 laps as well because he pitted at the end of lap 1, never mind.
Yeah, I was just about to say that would be because he's clapped. Anyways, well, nothing's happening, so it's time to bore you all with facts about my sadness. Fact number 1.
Let's not do that. Let's not go into that story.
Yeah, it's a lovely story.
It is. Ain't no one got time for that at this moment.
So Klaas now finding his rhythm.
Oh, Kinnaman's back through in a second.
Alright, fair play, yeah.
The pair of them now 5 seconds off the lead as well.
Yeah, but don't forget, that's an average of half a second a lap, and we don't know how many extra stops the mediums will have to do here. Oh, Alvarez! No, that's Zylander. He's lost a couple of places. No, he's lost a place to Garcia. No, that's not right.
No, he's lost places to... Oh, Lopez pitted, didn't he?
Shit, you're right.
So yeah, so he's lost places to both the North Star. North Star, who had a far, far better qualifying here than they've had in recent races.
Yeah.
They sort of like, they were really good at the start of the season, and in the last, I don't know what, 3, 4, 5 races, they seem to have absolutely disappeared into obscurity. Yeah. I mean, last time out they were what, 20th and 22nd on the grid? I
don't recall. That was like a whole month ago.
It was like a whole week.
Yeah, but that's like, you know, time is relative. It only exists because we perceive it, Bradley. Go outside, ask a squirrel what day of the week it is.
But I don't think they have squirrels in Bahrain. I'm gonna Google that.
I'm gonna own you stinky liberal. So yeah, Tumo with that move, getting back past Powers. Definitely letting them know that it's game on at the front here. Because they know that this could potentially be the hot seat for the win if the medium tyre strategy does not work out. So it's going to be interesting to see just how this battle plays out. Klaas might end up running a bit of a lonely race in 4th, but maybe not. As there's a whole gaggle of cars down the straight. Zylander pulls out on Garcia, down the inside. Alvarez nowhere to go, has to watch his teammate get the move done. And that is Zylander up into 10th once again, as Matsson defends against Simon, which then opens up a gap for Kanga. Wow, I need to stop for breath for a second, because, you know, smoking's bad for you kids, as I think... No,
but look at that, Kanga goes back through on Adrian Simon.
Or does he? Simon's fighting back. Yeah, Kanga's got that move done, fair play. Or has he?
No, Simon! Whoa!
Oh, wow, great racing between teammates who really shouldn't be racing right now. Where they are, they need to
be working together to cut through the field rather than battling over who's at the head of the duo.
Yeah, but then I suppose, you know, when you're as safe as they are in 3rd position,
they can afford to have a bit of fun.
Yeah, yeah, why not? You know, have a bit of a giggle. I'm sure that Rob isn't thinking the same thing. He's probably chewing his fingernails off from the interrogation he's getting. If they haven't pulled them out already.
Well, this is true. I'd just like to point out my Google has resulted in a return of no. Apparently, there aren't squirrels in Bahrain.
Well, maybe you're just not trying hard.
However, it did also bring up other pets for sale in Bahrain.
But Powers is up inside Timo Kinnaman in turn 1, and he's got the move done, has he? Kinnaman fights back around the outside. Bit of contact there, but you know, it's hard racing, it's fair racing, and Nathaniel Powers takes second position again.
Yeah, so through goes Powers. He's now covering the inside line up to turn 4 as the two DS Matheshaws dive into the pits at the same time. End of lap 11, that's a 5-stopper for them then.
Yeah, they prepare themselves for a bit of a long afternoon. As Powers seems to have come off okay from turn 4 after going quite defensive. But yeah, I think the only real viable strategies today are going to be the hards and the mediums. It's just going to be a case of, is the extra 1 or 2 pit stops worth it in terms of the extra pace you'll get?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll certainly be interesting to see. One thing that will be quite intriguing is that I don't think because there are drivers on the softs and the extra softs, and they are in cars that are quite good, we may well see none of the top 4 take the fastest lap here. That might go to someone unusual.
I reckon yeah, I reckon Lopez will get it.
Well, I mean, he's held it at the moment, but he hasn't improved on it in his second stint, which is interesting.
No, but he's been stuck in a lot more traffic, don't forget. And I think if I mean, Simon's got a bit of clear air here, so he might actually be about. Well,
so is Kanga. Kanga looks to have lost a bit of time to his teammate.
Oh yeah. Oh, as there goes Lopez around the outside of Giordano. He says, "Bish bash bosh, thank you very much." Bosh, by the way.
Yeah, so Giordano then also on the soft tyres. We just saw that as Timo Kinnaman goes back through past Nathaniel Powers. These pair are just trading blow for blow, aren't they?
Yeah, I've got to say, I've been impressed by it. I mean, obviously I did just diss him like 5 minutes ago, but Kinnaman's, he's sticking the fight to Powers a bit more still, so he's, you know, Garcia's all over the bumps down into turn 1, around the outside of Zylander, surely not, surely yes, surely not! Zylander takes it back, and Alvarez now has a fantastic run up to turn 4. Garcia has to go defensive here.
Yeah, the two Phoenixes look as though they're ganging up on Gabriele Garcia, who dives into the inside of his Islander at turn 4. Can't make anything of it. Now Alvarez looks to go around the outside, but that's not going to work, and Garcia holds station in between the pair then. Nope. Now Alvarez scoots around the outside. Look at that. That's
fantastic driving there from the young Argentine.
I think he looked in his mirror and saw what Adrian Simon did.
Yes, mate. Wait, it was Kanga that went past Simon, wasn't it?
No, it was Simon that went through around the outside of Kanga.
Shit, you're right, fam. He looked in his mirror and 20 seconds into the past.
Or a minute and a half, because it was like last lap.
But I'm saying that there's a 20-second gap there.
Yeah, but there wasn't when the overtake happened. They were right behind them.
That it's like they're 20 seconds behind their junior team. That is only a pit stop, actually.
Yeah, that's because they've just made a pit stop, funnily enough.
Out up the inside of Kinnaman. Another little... Oh, there's contact there. Kinnaman a bit more firm in defending his position this lap.
Yeah, and Powers tried to carry on going to the inside. Oh, that's a funky camera angle.
How good on that then? GoPro.
I was just thinking, where's that camera located? Because it looks as though it's hovering in midair. But I don't care, because that's amazing. As we look back then from in or above the cockpit of Timo Kinnaman.
Yeah, maybe it's his soul leaving his body.
Let's not question that one, but that's an amazing camera angle.
I'm a fan.
I want more.
So, looks like Timo Kinnaman has slightly changed the rules of engagement here.
There we go. Adrian Simon takes the fastest lap.
Adrian Simon, what a slap! Oh, fuck me. All right.
I'm good.
Well, you know, the offer's always there, you know this.
I love you as a friend.
Everyone loves me as a friend, I'm the best.
Without benefits.
Oh. God dang it, I want to have to make my specification. Now I just feel like I'm not a good friend. Benefits. Wow.
There's, somewhere along the line then, Perez got past the two Holmquists.
It was probably, oh, that was disgusting. that second one wasn't the same thing. It was just me being grossed out of my own noise.
There's on board with Kinnaman then. Nathaniel Powers goes to the inside. They're so close, literally wheel to wheel. Powers down the inside of turn 1 and takes back second place. The two swap positions once again. There's the two Holmqvist wheel to wheel down the start-finish straight as well. Felix Perez on the softer rubber, looking to get past his teammate Sebastian Bergqvist. He's Bergqvist defends the inside line. Bayer though is going to have the inside of turn 2 and the outside of turn 3. And he's not going to make it work.
You'd imagine good old Corey would want the old swapperoo on these boys.
Well, you'd imagine any team manager would at this point.
Yeah, but we'll see, I guess. So just flat by, Lopez has now made 2 pit stops, and the medium-tired runners have not made 1.
Yeah, ouch. Interestingly, Powers and Kinnaman, I know they're obviously on the hard tyre and they're battling, but look at the time that they're losing now. They're slipping right back into the clutches of Klaas van Snelheid, who himself is kind of, now that he's sort of clear of Ellington, he's pretty much keeping pace with Ruiz up front. He's just, unfortunately, already that 12 seconds behind him.
Something's happened to Zylander somewhere. Zylander, Matson and Garcia have all lost about 5 seconds to Alvarez, and Zylander is also now behind Matson, and Garcia's behind Matson as well.
Maybe Alvarez found a shortcut.
Could have done, like Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
No,
stuck a mushroom on, poured it over the sand.
Davenport's in. Oh yeah, super soft. Extra soft, extra soft. I said it, Nick. I said extra soft.
Don't know what we're on about, didn't hear anything.
Thank you. You could be my dad one day.
I'm just intrigued as to... I'm going to ignore that.
Yeah.
Just looking at the timing screen, Davenport appears to be in a meteor.
I wasn't going to bring that up, Bradley.
Ah, well.
There it is. Oh, so we got Bayer finally making his way past his teammate. Maybe
why not? You know, we have glitches with the timing screen now and then. It happens.
Yeah, well, maybe you should let me program them. They wouldn't even look like numbers.
No, they wouldn't even look like English.
It'd just be a pedestal on the screen. Sorry, Ahmed, you wouldn't be able to watch anymore. Is it Ahmed or Ahmed? I know it's not Ahmed because it's like not spelt right.
I just want to, before you go and offend everyone, I just want to apologise for I have a bit of a cold. It's miraculous. Oh. We've come to the hottest country we go to all season, and I've developed a cold.
Probably from the aircon on the airplanes, mate. To be honest.
We didn't have any. I flew.
Right, listen to what I just said. I said it's probably from the aircon in the airplanes.
Yeah. And I said we didn't have any. I flew.
You flew? What?
Like flapped, like a bird.
Oh,
that's how I got here.
Bird? This just in. Bradley Downton has flaps like a bird. You said it on me, pal. Flappybird.com, am I right? Yikes. Klaas van Snelheid is reading in these two pair.
Hesley Justice, Timo Kinnaman's got a run on Powers. Powers covers the inside line. Is Kinnaman going to sweep around the outside of turn 1? Are they going to swap positions yet again? I think they might, because Kinnaman looks as though he's got the advantage, and indeed he does go through.
And now Klaas is joining in the fight. He's only about a second off, and by the time they follow each other through this middle sector, with Klaas on the faster, softer tyres, well, 3-way.
I tell you what, this is absolutely handing the advantage to Ruiz though, isn't it?
It is a bit. I'll say, like, they just managed to start catching Ruiz as well. If you notice, before they actually made that move, they were about 9 and 9.5 seconds off, but now they've lost another 1 or 2 seconds. It's just, you know, at some point, someone's got to say, right, track position is nice, but we need to stop losing time to Ruiz.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to work together if they're going to get anything out of this.
Or on the flip side, you could see this is Kinnaman finally playing the team role that he's been, you know, expected to play all season, of just giving Ruiz that buffer.
Well, yeah, there is that.
And to be fair, like, you know, there's no shame in that. Kinnaman's still driving a fantastic race. He's going toe-to-toe with a 3-time world champion, and he's pulling it off.
Yeah, he is indeed.
Not the champion, the tag.
I have to say though, I think this goes to show that, at least at the moment, and at least on this track here and now, these two cars are very, very evenly matched.
Yeah.
Klaas, since he's been in clear air, has been matching the times that Ruiz has been doing in clear air.
On the
and
same
Kinnaman and Powers are so close, they've been overtaking one another every lap.
Yeah. It's not like it's been like a disparagement and like, Kinnaman's had more pace in the corners, like in the middle sector, and Powers has been dominating him on the main straight, which sounds hot. but it's like they've been equal everywhere. Like they've been matching each other, like for apex speeds. They've been matching each other in the speed traps. It's really interesting to see, actually.
Yeah, and if we continue to get this, what a championship battle we're in for in the last 5 races after this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always struck me as so interesting. Like, yeah, sure they have the same rules. As we've got, I think that's Simon making his way through the field. Yeah, all the cars have the same rules, but they all have like different designs, different design philosophies usually. And to see them rock up at this point of the season with exactly the same performance is just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, it certainly is.
So interesting.
Have we, out of interest, have we kind of like calculated in the few pit stops that we've had roughly how long a pit stop takes here?
No.
No, I didn't think we had.
It's hard to do when the drivers are in traffic though, because they can get held up into the pit lane, out the pit lane.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we'll only really get a good indicator when media. Well,
see now, if we had our man in the pit lane, we'd know this. We'd have an answer. We wouldn't be saying, Ruiz pits from the lead.
Real bitch. Oh shit.
On the medium tyres then, so that's 18 laps.
18, 36, 4. That's 3 stops, Bradley.
Yeah, isn't it just? Okay, that's interesting then. So, well, he was what? He was 11 seconds clear?
Yes. Oh, that's... so,
Klaas
I don't want to alert anyone. Klaas is on for a 2-stop now. He's in 2-stop territory.
Is he?
19 and 38. Or, no, it's a 2-stop either way. I'm done. No, it's not. Yeah, 18, 36 and 54. Or 19 and 38.
Oh my god, you're right.
Might have just...
Enrico Ruiz then may have cost himself quite heavily here, unless he can extend both the next 2 stints. He would need to
extend one, because no one ever pits on the penultimate lap.
True, good shout.
So,
okay, so he's only got to make 1 lap more. So what we've got, if he pits on lap 36 next time round, he could be in trouble.
I would say that Franklin's gone for the undercut here, as Kinnaman's coming under a lot of pressure now from Powers.
Can you undercut when you're 11 seconds in the lead? Is that still classed as an undercut?
Maybe, but I'm just wondering if they were trying to get him out in front of this pair in front of him, and they just got it wrong.
Well, say if they were, it didn't work. And,
yeah,
well, he came out of the pits 11 seconds behind, so I'm just going to answer that question. It looks about 22, 23 seconds for a stop.
Yeah. Let's say 23 is like a conservative figure. Is Klaas?
Yeah.
Does he stay out again? Klaas is firmly in 2-stop territory now. No.
Yeah, he has. He stayed. No, he hasn't.
I was like, hang on, look at those times. I'm no silly goose. As Kinnaman defends on the inside line now, Powers sweeps around the outside of turn 1. Bit of contact again, but...
Yeah, Kinnaman got a good exit, but it wasn't quite enough. Powers, but wow, Kinnaman, look at the traction he had there. The two of them wheel to wheel through the arse right-hander of turn 3. Kinnaman holds the lead.
I'm just wondering, Bradley, if maybe not Downton, Franklin, like, perhaps we're able to... Ooh, as that's Klaas coming out in the midst of some pretty intense traffic, I've got to say.
Well, he's got Hamilton directly in front of him, then a couple of seconds to both pits, and then he's got clear air. It's not as bad as it could have been. As Perez pits and gets out of Ruiz's way, so Ruiz has now just got Ellington to deal with.
Yeah, which, well, I mean, Ellington's going to be pitting next lap anyway. Ellington's really going on this stint. He's going to be pitting at the end of lap 20.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? So yeah, Ellington absolutely on 2-stop territory as well.
So can we just talk about the fact that Ellington in the Meteor as the Franklin of Ruiz passed as Franklin.
That made him look like he was stood still, didn't it? Really?
Did a bit. Maybe that Infinity Power unit needs a bit of a.
I mean, in fairness, fresh mediums compared to mediums that are so worn, they're about to like literally
surround the outside at turn 10. Jesus Christ!
That was a phenomenal move.
Was that turn 12?
I've no idea. Either way, that was a phenomenal move.
I could just see contact. I could just see it happening. As
so could I, but he pulled it off. There's Kinnaman, there we go, defends inside line, into turn 1. Here we go again. Lap 21. What must be round 21 between this pair. Powers takes back the lead, or does he? Kinnaman got the inside line again at turn 3.
So it looks like Kinnaman's just been nursing those rears a little bit more than Nathaniel Powers has. And he's just able to get that extra bit of traction.
He's got the traction. I think Powers has got this though. Round the outside of turn 4, he carried the speed. Kinnaman was pinched too much on the apex, and Powers takes the lead.
Yeah, still a fantastic scrap between these two. But look, they've lost 3 seconds to Ruiz with all of this. I'm just wondering if that might be part of the Franklin plan.
Yeah, as Klaas van Schnelheid then right up with Sebastian Bergqvist. Bergqvist gone to the inside of Carson Davenport. Ruiz, no, not Ruiz. Ruiz is nowhere near this battle. That's Klaas van Schnelheid. Thinks better of going around the pair of them and just holds fire. Oh, contact! That's Sebastian Bergqvist round, and he's right in front of Klaas van Schnelheid, and that looks as though it's damage to the front wing of Klaas van Schnelheid.
Yeah, he's just lost a minor bit of his front wing end plate there. He should be fine, but there will be a noticeable loss of downforce there.
Yeah, I doubt he'll pit for that. It's just, as you say, it's just the end plate he's lost there, and and a shed load of time.
At worst, that is worth fixing in the next pit stop. At best, it's not even worth fixing.
Yeah, here we go then. On board with Bergqvist. He had the line, and Davenport didn't really give him a lot of room, did he?
No, it's kind of I would say
the class just had nowhere to go.
No, I mean
Matson was so lucky.
Yeah, but then you don't come around a bend like that at top speed when there's yellow flag. It's Ruiz banks in the fastest lap. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad on the mediums, but look at the gap, it's only 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is Franklin might possibly be committing to this 3-stop strategy of theirs and just seeing
hell for leather.
Yeah, because I mean Ruiz has clearly got the pace and the confidence in the car. It's coming off the back of, what is it, 3 wins on the trot?
No, 2.
2 wins on the trot. So he's looking to make it a hat-trick here, and I mean, he's looking good for it so far. That said, I really don't see why they're not just trying to extend one stint by a lap.
He won in Austria and he won in Germany.
But yeah, like I say, I really don't know why they're not trying to just eke out one stint by 1 lap. It's not much for them to manage. But anyway, we got Klaas still trying to make his way through traffic. He's now finding himself with Sergio Alvarez, the company, in the middle sector, so that's going to be holding him up quite substantially. But yeah, as we are on... Oh no, we're not even starting a new lap then. Look at me being a silly goose. He's got a decent run. I'm kind of hoping we go off board to a different battle, but that's a nice angle. Sergio Alvarez yet to make a stop, obviously running that harder tyre. Everyone in the top 5, I believe, is running the hard tyres. They've only got to make it, I think, 5 or 6 more laps. They're in 1-stop territory. As we see Kinnaman just gently pressuring Powers. I think he's just trying to back off. Just keep that pressure on, maybe try and force a mistake with Klaas around the outside. The move's just not quite on there. Is he going to get a good run now on the straight? Yes, he is. Look at the difference. Downton versus, well, it's Master Power, but it's in a Phoenix. Yeah, comfortably ahead before even the braking zone. Alvarez tries to come back, to be fair to him. He's not going to... Oh, for a second there, I did think that Alvarez was going to pull that off, but Klaas slowly sliding his way through traffic as Zylander pulls a move on Garcia. These two are having a great little ding-dong scrap, actually, for the last couple of points taking positions. Gotta say.
They certainly are.
Hello again.
Hello, sorry, I just stepped out there for a second so I could actually enable myself to breathe again.
That's alright. I didn't know whether I was supposed to stop talking while you were gone, so I just didn't. So I might have just annoyed the fuck out of everyone, but it's fine. I did my best.
I mean, to be fair, you usually do, so...
Aww. I try.
I say the nicest things, don't I?
Yeah. Ruiz has got the gap down to 5.5 seconds to Powers. That is nuts. Meanwhile, Klaas has already lost the pit stop to Ruiz. I think that if they're going for this 3-stop strategy, Bradley, it has worked. Because,
well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Klaas has only lost so much time because that is doing the Bergqvist.
Oh yeah.
How have you forgotten about that already?
Look, buddy, I have a short attention span, right? So I was just saying, the hard-timed runners only need to complete, including this lap they're on, 5 more laps, and they are in 1-stop territory, which would be very bad for Ruiz. But if they can't make it, that would be very good for all of the medium-tired runners.
It would indeed, but I'd be stunned if they didn't make the 1-stop as Adrian Simon dives in for his 2nd stop of the afternoon.
And Matson defends a little too aggressively there from Perez.
Has Kangaroo already pitted?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why I was just confused as to why there was such a gap between the pair of them.
He was like pitting as you were coming back, so I didn't want to mention it. But,
Cool,
like,
got ya.
yeah, it's like totally, he's totally made a pit stop. Is it just me, or does it look like Kinnaman's just ever so slightly struggling to keep touch with Powers now?
Yeah, it does a little now that the tyres are getting towards the end of their life. I'm just wondering.
Don't drink. Yeah?
Ruiz, whether he'll catch these guys before they pit. And if he does, whether he can get past them quick enough or not. Or whether he's going to be stuck there.
I don't think he's going to manage it. I mean, it looks close on screen, but it's still a whole 4 seconds.
Oh, Klaas has gone past Halverson back into 4th then.
Hey, what a Chad. So he's really going to have to drop the pedal to the metal, as the kids say these days. Is that Zylander? Oh yeah, pit stops. Ellington struggling a little bit with traffic, but he's still doing alright for himself there. In 10th position, he's still comfortably in the points.
Yeah, given he's had a lot more traffic to come through because his pit stop dropped him a lot further back in the pack. He's only 10 seconds behind Klaas, so that's not bad at all.
No, definitely not. Although, obviously, considering the incident that Klaas was involved in.
What incident?
Hi, my name is Mitchell Robbins. I'm
why is
23 years old.
Bayer ended up 17th?
This is bad. Also, he's pitted because he's on the mediums.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes about sense to me.
Bradley doesn't read the graphics he sends me.
Hang on.
Hang on. Bayer's on the mediums, Bergfist on the hards.
So why has Bergfist had to make a pit stop?
No. He's just slow.
But oh yeah, I suppose that's about right. Klaas got away first, didn't they? Yeah. From their little tangle. That's why. Yeah, no, never mind. I've caught up.
Silly goose.
So Ruiz now then just 3 seconds behind the top 2.
Yeah, do you know what? I know I said that he might not manage it, but he really is closing in that gap. It looks like the price of making these hard tyres go to make that one stop work is a lot of lost pace at the end. I mean, even Klaas has closed in by about a second on the leading pair.
Oh yeah, hasn't he just?
Yeah. So I think these medium tyres, in terms of outright pace, are definitely the way to go. Whether or not it actually gains them enough time to be, a viable strategy remains to be seen. But that's why the rest of the race is still here to watch.
Well, I mean, you think in one hard-tired stint, Ruiz has pretty much already made up the entire pit stop, yeah.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds silly.
Oh, I thought Garcia was going to T-bone Zylander there. There's Bergfist. Yeah. Bergfist, absolutely opportunistic. Swings around the outside. Garcia fights him back though. The two go wheel to wheel up the straight and into turn 4. And I think Bergfist might have this on the outside line. Yeah, and he does. Look at that. Sweeps around the outside.
Oh, but you, this Duke. That's you. That's Bayer in the pits once again, so he must have been involved in some kind of contact somewhere.
Yeah, it's far too early for a second stop on the mediums, isn't it?
Yes. But it's 2 more laps for them to complete on the hard tyres, and then they
gap down to 2.2. But look at Kinnaman's closing speed now. Timo Kinnaman down the inside, then on Nathaniel Powers. We thought he was losing a bit of speed, but he's proved us wrong there. Kinnaman goes back into the lead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking after that, wondering if maybe Kinnaman just decided I'm just going to back off a bit and cool off my tyres and just gently follow Powers and keep the pressure up. But this is basically throwing Powers right into the striking distance of Ruiz. Not that it matters, because this pit stop is the extra pit stop is basically entirely negated.
Absolutely has, and they can now use as well Kinnaman to back Powers into Ruiz.
Yeah, although Kinnaman has already pulled out a second on Powers, so I think Powers might run out of tyres.
Very possible, but then I mean you'd expect it makes sense now to at least drag it out one more lap, doesn't it? You're not going to pit now. Well, they might, we've seen stranger things.
I have. It's a good show, actually.
Oh, that was very good. I like that one.
Thank you. Normally I'm not that quick, especially when I've been drinking all afternoon, but you know, it is what it
I
is.
thought when you'd been drinking all afternoon you were very quick. Oh, we're not talking about that.
Oh no, I can't even get to the races in those situations. You know what I mean? Just leans in close to the mic. There. And yeah, sure enough, Powers does continue for another lap. So there's Ruiz. Look at that run.
Yeah, Powers cuts across though. He's not going to let Ruiz have this. Covers the inside line. And surely though, Enrique will sweep around the outside on the medium tyres. And yeah, Powers squeezes him, but I don't think he's got anything to offer at all. Well, it's a better exit from turn 2. They're side by side, which is more than I expected then.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Powers has the inside line, but Ruiz is easily going to take this now.
Yeah. Because all of this battling, Ruiz has just done his teammate a favour and handed him a 2.5 second advantage over Powers. Make that nearly 3, actually. That's, yeah, so, I mean, I don't think there's any question that as long as Ruiz can... I mean, if Ruiz has to make 2 extra stops, he might be in trouble. Because we're halfway through the race, so that would be very tight at the end. But if he can make one of these stints go just 1 extra lap, which I think somehow they can find the ability to do. Because it's the same case with Powers. You can lose about 2 or 3 seconds on that 1 lap where the tyres are completely dead. Or you can lose 20 seconds and make an extra pit stop.
Yeah.
The maths, I'm not great with it, but it seems pretty obvious.
Even you can see that works.
Yeah. So I would be expecting the hard-tired runners in this lap, really, to get off that old set.
Yeah, it would make the most sense, but you know, we've seen it before that they don't necessarily go for it, and they will just.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, actually, if maybe they're just trying to extend this stint a little bit more, just so that the second stint is a little more comfortable, especially on lighter fuel. So that there's just a little bit of reduced wear on tyres.
But then, well, surely there would be heavier wear on tyres on a heavier fuel load. So if you were going to do one stint slightly shorter, it'd be the first one.
Yeah, but the thing is, the longer you can extend a stint, the more options you can actually give yourself in terms of the strategy.
But except they've got to go to the hard tyres regardless. And they're only going to go once, so, like, you know.
Do you want to go and, like, talk to people in the pit lane? I've had to do it because Rob's been caught with no cocaine. Like that, yeah, I like that.
Well, I mean, I could do, but frankly, I'm quite happy on here, and I'm ill, so.
Oh, holy baba.
Exactly, thank you. Give me sympathy.
No.
There's Enrique Ruiz then closing on Timo Kinnaman. But, well, I'm surprised he didn't make a move there, or I'm surprised Kinnaman wasn't given the call to just, you know, go deep, move aside, you know.
Oh,
into the corner.
Yeah, okay.
Don't get excited.
No. Ruiz has only got like 7 laps left until he makes another stop.
He does, and he's currently stuck behind his teammate.
Who peels off into the pits? No.
Not this lap.
But Ruiz is surely going to have him on straight here. Yeah.
No, Kinnaman's blocked him. Kinnaman's defended that.
I'm just wondering if maybe his turbo decided that he wants to try and... Nope.
Yeah, well, he never stood a chance there.
Smooth charge there. But crucially, because they didn't extend that battle into the middle sector, they've lost just a little bit less time than Powers did in that little scrap that you had with Ruiz.
Yeah, mind you, Powers has closed back in on Kinnaman. He's only 1.5 further behind now, as opposed to the 2.5 he was.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I was just wondering for a second there if maybe Kinnaman had decided he wanted to try and fight for the win, which I don't think Jamie would be happy about, but you know, it'd be interesting to see. As the midfield is all over the place.
Isn't it just look at Klaas closing in as well? He's got that gap down to the leaders by 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Bergqvist pits. Bergqvist is on the hard tyres.
Bergqvist.
So, yeah, is this the
sign of things to come? Maybe, but we will never know. We will.
Very funny.
Oh, I'm just doing my William Shatner impression.
Well, it was shite.
There's something on the wing.
So I'm expecting then Kinnaman and Powers to dive in at the end of this lap.
Yeah, basically, Royce. You might be right.
No, I've just noticed we've not got the spanner on screen.
Ah,
No, Kinnaman doesn't, but Powers does then. So, Nathaniel Powers, Downton, are they
Here we
trying
go.
the undercut here?
it might be.
He
There's
should
no
feed out in.
no-
He should feed out ahead of Klaas van Snelheid, so he'll have clear air.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be really tight. Actually, I'm tense, Bradley.
Isn't it just so? Nathaniel Powers then in for his one and well, what should be only stop.
Haha, you did well to knock curses off there. Nice one.
Yeah, it looks like a quick one from the Downton boys. Is he? No, he's not going to be ahead of his teammate. Klaas van Snelheid goes through.
Ooh, that might be the nail in the coffin.
So that was a slightly longer stop overall then, wasn't it? It was about 23, 24 seconds.
Yeah. Did you like my Pokemon pun, by the way?
No, I missed it.
The nail in the coffin. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry.
I'll
tell you what, that joke was ghastly. Oh, come on, that was quick.
I did enjoy it, actually. I can't even be mad about that. I rate that 100%.
Let's stop it. It's getting far-fetched now.
No.
Oh,
Ever since
come
they
on.
announced the evolution for Farfetch'd, I'm mad about that entire Pokemon.
Surfetched?
Oh, Kinnaman is under pressure from the Zozolia in last place.
Ouch. Whoa, whoa, way up. Zozolia nearly rear-ended him.
Yeah. Righty, so this is going to be really crucial unless Kinnaman stays out again. No, he's in the pits. Here we go.
So Kinnaman comes in then. Nathaniel Powers is still behind Klaas van Snelheid, so the pair of them have not swapped round. Powers hasn't. He won't have had the outlap that he wanted then. This is going to be really, really, really close. But he's going to have a slipstream from his teammate down the start-finish straight.
Look at this. Look at how much time he's gained on that.
No, I think
lap.
he's done it. I think he's done it. Ruiz, Kinnaman leaves the pits then. They're going to be absolutely side by side into turn one. Klaas van Snelheid's in the middle. Powers around the outside. He's done Kinnaman. Or has he? Kinnaman's fighting back. They're wheel to wheel through turn 2 and turn 3. Powers has got it.
That is tight as it gets.
The three of them into turn 1, wheel to wheel. That is absolutely incredible.
And Ruiz with his cushy 30-second advantage is just laughing all the way to the bank.
Isn't he just? He can pit now, come back out in the lead, and then build up his advantage to pit again.
As we've got a yellow flag in the third sector. Who's losing time?
I was going to say Garcia's losing time, but that's because he's in the pits.
Yeah, I was
Hence
literally...
the giant pit.
You're a giant pit.
Well, you're a giant tit.
I knew you were going to call me that.
Hoskins has just pitted. I wonder if... do you want to clear that mess up?
I had a swig of beer. It's just like it's Coors Light, man. They make it with the... No, I'm not going to say that. There's kids watching.
I'm stunned that Klaas still hasn't allowed Powers through, but then he's on the quicker tyre, isn't he?
And also, I mean, we're always used to seeing this, like, oh, I'm surprised he hasn't let through, but I mean, why shouldn't? I mean, you know.
I don't think he's going to have a choice now, though. Klaas defends the inside line then. Powers goes to the outside. Kinnaman's looking to get involved as well. Powers around the outside at turn 1 then. Nathaniel Powers and Klaas van Snelheid wheel to wheel. Powers goes through into second. Is Kinnaman going to look to take advantage of this as well? He's absolutely side by side with Klaas van Snelheid. He's going to have the outside line for turn 4, but he might be blocked in by Nathaniel Powers here.
Yeah, he's got enough grip easily to make that. Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
no.
I was going to say, Klaas is fighting back. Klaas van Snelheid has held on to third place.
That is a huge advantage for Nathaniel Powers now, who is going to have probably about a lap to pull out that extra gap on Timo Kinnaman. So that is crucial for the race, actually.
Isn't it just? And Klaas then suddenly really looks as though he's struggling. He got the gap down between himself and Ruiz to 25 seconds. He's back up to 30 in a matter of 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah. I
wonder if this is Klaas backing off though to make sure he makes the 2 stop, whereas Ruiz is committed and he's just going for it.
Yeah, it's in Klaas's every best interest to back off. I mean, he's giving Powers a nice tidy gap back to Kinnaman of 2 seconds now, and also, like you say, making that strategy work just so he can actually get to the end on a 2 stop.
Certainly is. Interestingly, Perez only 9 seconds behind this this pair.
Who still has to pit? Oh wait, Perez is on the hard. No, mediums, right? It's not hard actually, now that you say it.
We've got a yellow flag in the first sector.
Oh. Oh, crumbs.
Is anyone losing time?
Oh, crumbs. You'd know.
Well, that's because he's in an ocelot.
Scrapping with Ryan. Is that Hunter Ryan?
It is.
Do you remember when they were like, it's Hunter? Like, no, it's not.
No. No one's ever said that apart from you just now.
I said it.
Kanga pits from... So, Kanga and Simon are up to 7:30.
Oh, not for long.
They're on soft tyres, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Right.
And I forget to read things less than a co-worker.
Well, it's not my fault, you're a then.
Well, maybe it is. You ever think about that?
No.
Oh, Kinnaman's still stuck behind Class. Yeah, that's the end of that fight then. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, this is costing Kinnaman a lot of time now, isn't it?
Just a smidge. Is that 3 seconds now? No, it's only 2.5.
Funky camera angle again, this time on Class. Delightful.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My man.
Can I've started now, I'm going to have to say it because you've already jinxed it. We've still got all cars in the race.
Well done. Oh, that's contact on the straights there.
I don't think, was it? Are you sure? Fast defends the inside line. But two-way Kinnaman then around the outside, and I think he's finally going to get this done, and he is. It's even before turn 3 then.
Oh, honestly, Timo never drove like this much of a bitch when he drove for us.
Mind you, Kinnaman has just cut across to the right side. He's covering the inside line. Is that going to allow Class the chance to go back around the outside of turn 4? Oh, that's contact.
Yeah, Schneider's done very well to keep it together there with a bit of a thump up the rear from Osterberger. But yeah, what I was going to say is there was contact on that straight between Kinnaman and Class, but it was no different to when Kinnaman came across on Powers earlier in the race. Totally fair, just a little bit of contact, trying to spice things up. Like, I'm trying to get people riled up, you know? My job.
Well,
I drink so I can get buzzed, so I can then help the fans get buzzed. Do you understand?
Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
So the gap between Powers and Kinnaman is now sort of like, what, around 3.5, 4 seconds. Interestingly, Powers has started chipping into the advantage that Ruiz has.
Yeah, because Ruiz is going to be pitting this lap or next.
Oh, of course he is. That's a very good point.
Oh, Ruiz is pitting!
I mean,
no, he's not.
I don't think he is. Nathaniel Powers on the hard tyre sets the fastest lap of the race.
My man's is determined, fam. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, because you're speaking chap.
Schneider, in the last few laps, has really been getting in on some scraps, and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. I've got to say, I'm enjoying watching it. He does have to stop in a minute.
Schneider, you know, given that he's in an AMR, and no offence to Ryan, but it's been a bit shit this year. 17th, he's doing a solid job.
Milkovic in 10th.
Oh yeah. How is Milkovic in 10th?
Medium tyres, I reckon. As Alvarez goes up the inside of Gabe Garcia. Oh, that's Halvosen. Do you remember that?
Halvosen?
Halvosen, whatever. Shut up.
Alok Kanga now takes the fastest lap then.
No.
Well, he is on the soft tyres.
Yeah, he is a bit. And you did say this was going to happen.
I did.
Sure.
I'm surprised it's not Lopez, I'm not going to lie.
You know,
the bloke should be in some clear air by now on his extra softs, and the car is clearly quick because Ellington is 6th.
So, Ruiz
Ellington's closing in on Perez.
Ruiz has made the end of lap 36, which means that he is going to make that 2-stop work, even though he was absolutely smashing the lap times earlier on.
Oh Christ, yeah. Oh damn.
And also it's going to be timed perfectly for just before he hits this traffic.
Double damn.
Zylander. Oh, we've got Milkovic going defensive into turn whatever it is.
Never mind.
Zylander just goes on the outside. Thanks very much, Mr. Russian.
Zylander took that corner like Milkovic wasn't even there.
Yeah, he honestly did. Just swooped around the outside.
Like, I'll take my racing line while you park on the apex.
Like, yoink, my guy.
Look at the time Powers has taken out of Ruiz now, though. Gap down to 26 seconds.
I wonder if Powers is just trying to get track position.
I mean, it's a solid effort.
Yeah, I gotta say.
I don't think it's quite going to be enough, to be honest.
Well, no, but it's better to try.
Well, yeah.
I just pulled the scab off my nose.
Ooh.
It's a huge scab. I nearly broke my nose. For those that don't follow the Discord, I was involved in an incident the other 2 days ago.
In a minor RTC. Ruiz pits.
What does RTC mean? Road traffic collision. I was hit by a car.
That's classed as an RTC.
Yeah, I know, because it was on the road and there was traffic and there was a collision.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, you know, I know this.
Ruiz then into the pits at the end of lap 37 for what could be his final stop. Nathaniel Powers is not going to take the lead. Ruiz is out the pit lane and clear.
I'm out the pit lane, my G. Hold up. It's real, I can't say that word, hours.
Oh well, that's that one tidied up, isn't it?
Yar. Ruiz is surely just going to pelt away into the distance now.
Yeah, you'd imagine so.
He's on softer, fresher tyres, and he's just had the rhythm all race, so...
Klaus hasn't pitted yet.
Why? Don't know why. Oh, maybe because he pitted on lap 19?
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. He might make both stints go 19 laps.
Ellington has got to pull out a good couple of laps here to stay in front of Perez.
He was behind Perez.
Yeah, but he's now in front of him, and he wants
only
to
because
get...
Perez has just pitted.
Perez is shut up, man.
You shut up, man.
What you can do?
Bitch slap you.
Kinman, 4 seconds behind Powers now. Yikes, my guy.
Yeah, and Powers only a second back from Ruiz. He's kind of like keeping up for them. Ruiz has just had to lap Vasquez again, hasn't he? Vasquez has had a bad race.
Because he's a bad driver.
Except he's not.
He's not. I know he's not. Ah! Milkovic has pitted and come out in 12th position. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, Bradley, but that once again equals their best finish.
I mean, it does if he can stay there.
He can do it.
There, Cloud Class pits then.
But I would say Kanga needs to pit one more time. So if we see a pit stop from Kanga, and then just one incident in front of him where someone retires, we're looking at points for Chima here, Bradley. It's not too unrealistic.
Well, let's not get Armour too excited.
I'm doing it.
You know, I also did say earlier that no one had retired yet, so...
We're both doing it.
I mean, Milkovic is literally going to go out of this race in a ball of flames now, isn't he?
That's not nice. Don't wish harm upon drivers. How dare you? Cunt.
Rude. Who's that in the pits? Is that Milkovic?
Kanga.
It is Milkovic. Nice one.
Fuck!
Well, you're a tit. As down the inside of two drivers goes Adrian Simon on turn 1.
The naughty Frenchman strikes again. Can we change his name to the naughty Frenchman?
No.
Powers has lost 3 seconds to Kinnaman and Ruiz. No, Ruiz has as well. So clearly there's some issues with traffic because he's lost another half a second. Ruiz sets the fastest lap, so Ruiz isn't losing time. I wonder what's going on with the two behind him though. If we could get a camera angle, Nick. Gang and all that jazz. Kanga nearly goes into the back of the Zylander there. Very triple. Alright. Very tricky double apex corner. And yeah, sure enough, up the inside, Kanga on Zylander. No. Yeah, he's done it. Alright, so Ellington makes his pit stop. Is he going to be able to beat Perez? We will see very soon. Matson chasing down Garcia. So yeah, I just think that maybe Powers and Kinnaman had a little bit of trouble clearing through traffic. I apologise, it's night time, jet lag, it's fun. Alvarez is doing quite well in 6th position. I'm just wondering what tyres he started on. Let me check the handy little chart that Bradders sent me. Good old Braddery Boo. Never calling him that again. Bradders, hashtag Dadders. Alvarez is on the hard tyres, so he's actually, that's track position for him, up in 6th place, so just see if he can hold on. Yeah?
That's stunning effort.
What can I say? Former Westwood youth driver, you know.
Hang on, Zylander's on the hards as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's just not as good.
And started ahead of Alvarez, so what happened there? Did he get tangled up in something?
I'm just wondering if maybe Alvarez does have to make a pit stop. No, he doesn't. He's not gay. Nothing wrong.
No, he has already made his one and only stop. What about Perez? What's Perez? Perez is on the medium, so he's made both his stops as well, hasn't he? Hang on.
Perez has secured 5th. Ellington's just had a really bad middle stint there, unfortunately.
6th place, but as Klaas van Snelheid bangs in the fastest lap now.
Cheeky. I can't say that. Under 2 seconds now between Powers and Kinnaman. Kinnaman is reeling in Nathaniel Powers today. What's going on? Yeah, as we've got Ellington looking for a move here on Halverson. He's gone right. Halverson's defended. He's going to have to go left the long way around. Who's going to be best of the late break, last of the late breakers even? It's Ellington. Swoops around the outside, but some firm defending from Halverson means that he hasn't quite pulled that move off. You know what? That description was perfect, if not for me fucking stuttering every 5 words.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm a professional, Bradley.
Well, you're not though, are you?
Nope, not even remotely.
Exactly.
That gap now approaching 1.5 seconds between Powers and Kinnaman. Oh, yikes. And don't forget, as Ruiz's tyres go off, this pair are going to start closing in on the Brazilian. So we could still end up with a good 3-way.
And I know you love a good 3-way.
Mate, who doesn't? Oh my gosh.
So, Phoenix then. Best result before this season was 8th place about 400 times. This year so far, they've picked up 2 7ths. Alvarez is currently in the best position for a Phoenix ever.
Wow, I mean they did run in 4th for a long time.
Yeah, I know, but we don't talk about that.
Hey Alex, do you remember that?
Don't be mean.
I can't really, push him on that because he can just say, hey, do you remember 2017 Monza? And I just start crying.
Exactly. Let's be fair, I don't think there was anyone that wasn't heartbroken at that point in Malaysia last year.
No, there's certain races where everyone, mainly because everyone's heartbroken because, I announced I was leaving the sport, which I'm no longer leaving, I'm leaving, but some moments in any sport you have where you can just, accept that is a brutal, gut-wrenching thing to happen, as Ellington still can't get around Halverson.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have that there on the outside line in turn 4, but he decided to slot back in instead. Yeah,
I've got to say, with Halverson putting up such a stellar defence to Ellington, not only is Bergqvist closing in from behind, but this is actually just handing time to Alvarez in front.
Yeah, it is. Alvarez is building up a nice little cushion.
Indeed. Speaking of cushions, I could do with one. Oh no, that's not what I said. I could do with a cushion as Ellington now tries around the outside going into the 3rd sector.
That's done it.
That is beautiful. Right, now he's got a 3.5-4 second gap to chase down to Alvarez in front. But just how long is it going to be before Ellington runs out of tyres this stint?
Well, exactly. And at what point did he pit? Is Ellington going to have to make a 3rd stop? Or
to be fair, Ellington did pit on that 39.20 because he extended his first stint so long. Oh wow, that's close.
Yeah, is that Powers and Kinnaman? Yeah, so Kinnaman really reeling him in now then.
I've got to say, I'm surprised. I was expecting Kinnaman to just do the usual and give up after he lost all that time, but he's fighting for this one. I didn't just criticise my favourite driver. What?
Yeah.
Oh, Bergfist here.
That's Bayer on Matson, yeah. Matson covers the inside line, then Felix versus for 13th position.
Yoink? Non-yoink.
Nope. Nope, Matson holds it.
Very tight. Neither driver giving an inch, but perfectly clean and some good scrapping out there. Actually, there's been some great wheel racing.
There really has. This has been a fantastic race for battling.
Yeah.
And incredibly, none of them, with the exception of the first lap, none of them have run into one another.
No. It's interesting to me because
oh, look at that Bayer down the inside there, forces Matson a little bit wide, but absolutely fair game and takes the position.
I don't think I remember the last time I saw someone overtake Bayer.
No, well that's why I decided to call it, because I was like, I don't think I've seen that before today.
You were like, hey, look at this, fam! I didn't need to yell.
You didn't.
No. Well, this is what happens when I start sculling beers while I'm waiting for you.
Well, I'm sorry.
Ellington has closed in the gap to Alvarez by about 2 seconds, which gives me some intuition that he might...
He's only taken half a second out of him.
I said 2 seconds. And then the timing screen changed. Shut up.
Who's that peeling into bits? That's Bayer then. So this feels Bayer for his final stop.
Yeah, he's out of sync, isn't he?
Yeah, so he must have got caught up in something and had to pit. Out of turn.
I think that happened while you were gone and I forgot about it. Sorry. Ellington finally finds his way... Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I have to say, he got past, but Hamilton's sticking with him. Alvarez is now 5 seconds clear again.
Is Ellington taking damage? Damn.
I don't know, but I'm wondering if there's been a mistake. Yeah. Oh, that's Ellington very slow.
You can hear he can't change gear. Look, he's stuck in 5th. Oh no. Heartbreak again for the Brit after 2 brilliant drives in a row. Unreliability strikes again. And it looks like he probably will be retiring from this Bahrain V-Prix.
Oh, that is absolute disaster for Lewis Ellington. I really feel for him. He's had 3 races now and he's been fantastic in all 3 of them. He's only been able to pick up 1 result because that car just keeps breaking down on him.
Just wonder if the car's not used to being driven, to its limits by the driver. Yeah. I mean, all disrespect to Jules Simon, he was trash, but... was I meant to say no disrespect?
I think so.
Oh, I meant all disrespect.
Is that I'm sure Ellington's going to pull this into the pits. Yeah, there we go. Ellington then.
But still...
becomes the first retirement from this race. Kanga follows him in, so Kanga that's to make his final pit stop, I assume. Yeah, Lewis Ellington then pulls that in to retire the Meteor from the race. As up front, the gap between 2nd and 3rd, Powers and Kinnaman, now little more than a second. Kinnaman's coming for him.
Oh, I'll bet he is. No. Sorry. Yeah, Kinnaman. So, when was the last time you would say we actually saw some fight like this from Kinnaman? I would say like 2015.
America.
I mean, he wasn't. Yeah, he was good in America, but he was mainly just keeping it clean and capitalizing on others' unreliability and misfortune. Here, he's actively chasing down the reigning world champion.
True.
Like, it's 2 very different scenarios. Like, that's why it just reminds me of 2015, where, yeah, okay, admittedly, at that point where he won his first V-Prix.
Well, in that case, 2017, because is that some Franklin front wing at the side of the track?
Maybe. Ruiz has lost.
Yeah, the gap's down to 8.5 seconds.
What's gone on there then? Here we go.
It's just on board with Ruiz then, so he's got 2 back markers in front of them. That's Victor Oscar. Has he run into him? He's run into him. He's lost his front wing. Enrique Ruiz, the race leader, has lost his front wing on the back of the back marker.
Oh no! Enrique Ruiz, after doing everything right, is surely going to be headed to the pit lane. This is disaster. The pit lane. Oh no!
Ruiz then Yeah, he's behind. I think that's Azolia, and indeed he does. He peels off, and Ruiz is going to be in for a long stop here, and that's going to hand the lead to Nathaniel Powers.
Oh boy, so now all of a sudden that overtake that Kinnaman couldn't get done on last man Schnellhide for a couple of laps is going to be crucial. This fight is now for the race win. If ever there was a chance for Kinnaman to silence at least some of his haters, today is that day.
Absolutely, as Ruiz only just makes it to his box now, and surely he's even going to lose third to Klaas van Schnellhide at this point. It's going to be a longer than normal stop. Ruiz is going to rejoin in fourth.
Yeah, obviously some extensive repairs required on that car, and obviously they've got to check the structure of the car is safe, and there's any damage to other components. And
there we go, he leaves now then, and he's he looks as though he's some way behind Klaas van Schnellhide. It's going to be... he's got fresh tyres though. I wonder if he can put in some kind of superhuman effort to take back a podium here.
I could see it happening. He has been really tuned in all race, but there's always the chance of that one little incident having just thrown him off his rhythm. And now, what's going to prove crucial to this race, Timo Kinnaman and Nathaniel Powers have all this traffic to clear, 2.5 seconds between them, and 10 laps to go.
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely as Halverson around the outside there of that Sebastian Bergqvist. I'm not sure we can take the 2.5 seconds gap as gospel, because the timing screen appears to have gone slightly haywire.
Oh, so it has. I can only...
Because suddenly there's half a minute between the leaders, and now there's only 2 seconds again.
Yeah, Alright, we'll play it by eye then.
Yep. So we'll use the tower on the left for positions only.
Hoskins 5 minutes behind. Oh, Milkovic 5 minutes behind, but not a lap down. Makes sense.
That must be a hell of a lap. Clearly they've all just slowed to about 60 mile an hour.
Powers makes it past Hoskins, A-OK.
Looks as though he's gapped Kinnaman a little bit. That doesn't look as close as it was.
No, I'm just wondering if maybe Kinnaman's got held up somewhere or made a mistake. Yellow flag in middle sector. And again.
Where Kanga and Simon, 12th and 13th. I'll be honest, well, they're on the soft tyres, aren't they?
Silly gooses.
So, yeah, not a bad recovery, actually, I suppose.
Yeah, they've done alright considering the weather.
Oh, look, we've got pit stop information.
Oh, pit stops.
So, ouch, yeah, Bear has been in trouble then. 4 stops on the medium tyres.
He's had a long afternoon.
So he's had 2 incidents then, that means.
Silly fucking goose.
As
you can see here, how many laps everyone has driven?
Yeah, I'm assuming the director has now realised the timing screen has gone a little bit haywire and gone, what else can we put up that doesn't look quite as ridiculous?
Oh, do you remember the days when he used to like float along the...
Oh look, they're all doing 0 mile an hour. Oh, fast, that must be... last lap time. That's a nice one, I like that one.
Oh, I dig it,
Kinnaman really was half a second quicker on that last lap.
Yeah, he was, but that's because...
look at Powers stuck in traffic then. That's Osberg then, so that's who Ruiz ran into. And Powers has managed to clear them. That's Zolia just ahead, I think?
Yeah, maybe, who knows, right?
Unsurprisingly, Enrique Ruiz takes the fastest lap.
Yeah, mate, he's going to be chasing down that boat. Oh, there's contact! Oh, Powers! Oh, here we go! As we have now nothing next to the drivers. Powers loses a heap of time just punching the back mark out of the way. Osberg seems to find it reasonable to unlap itself. What's going on there? Has to go to the inside. Not with the favourable line going into this corner, but it's trying to make it work anyway.
And there was contact behind them. Between Osberg and Hoskins. And somehow Kinnaman's lost a bit of time in all of that again.
Because he got stuck behind Osberg for a couple of corners again.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So things have pretty much evened out for what they were. Powers has got this one more back marker, and I don't think he's got a lot else in front of him.
No, well, yeah, there's Bayer and Wagner, but they're about half the start-finish straight away.
Yeah, and I can't see that gap being made up in like 7 laps even. So really,
well, Milkovic is getting blue flags. Is he going to get out of the way? Not turn one, he isn't. Oh, Milkovic took a lot of curve there then and got squirrely as he entered turn 3, and it got him Powers in the way and nearly collided with the race leader. But Powers goes through now, and Milkovic cuts back in front of Kinnaman.
You hate to see it. I think that might have just. Oh, hello, Kinnaman.
I don't know. Yeah, Kinnaman. No, Milkovic. Yeah, Kinnaman had the wrong line there. Milkovic had the racing line. And I mean, admittedly, as a back marker, he should have backed out, but I think Kinnaman was always putting his car into a gap that was going to close there.
Yeah, but then, you know, he's got to try it at the end of the day. I would rather see him try it and
absolutely.
Sit behind the back marker.
I think he'll do Milkovic now. Milkovic then pulls across to the inside to get out of the way. And Kinnaman will surely go around the outside. No, Milkovic is he's really fighting this one, and he shouldn't be.
No. I mean, because that seemed a little bit unsafe for me there from Milkovic on the inside. He just seemed to go a little too deep into the corner.
if this was a battle for position, that's brilliant defending. But it's not. So move.
Get out of the way.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, I'm sure as a team manager you don't mind because that's just giving you basically a victory. But you know, from a fan's point of view, we wanted to see that scrap that we were just about to get.
I was well up for seeing that scrap.
There was a little yellow flag in the middle sector. It's all about Ruiz. He is 30 seconds behind last time. From what I can gather, the time screen seems to go down to the actual time that they're on very quickly. It's not far fast, but I'd love to see a shot. Look like sector. Oh my.
Sorry, I was distracted. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just chatting shit, to be honest.
Yeah, you usually do.
I do, I'm so good at it.
So we reckon that's the sort of accurate gap then, about 2.5 seconds?
I reckon so. If you notice, it never goes lower than 2.5 seconds between these two.
1.8. Okay, so 32 back is Class, and 36 Ruiz, so he's within 4 seconds, we reckon.
Seconds, we reckon. That's like a semi-rhyme. Yeah, and obviously now we've got yellow flags just popping up left, right, and centre. So either the marshals are getting bored, or something weird is happening. Again, another yellow flag.
It could be the timing screen. To be fair, they might not actually be yellow flags. They might just be glitches now.
You might be right.
As yeah, Nathaniel Powers then goes on to start lap 52. So that's what, 5 to go here in Bahrain.
That was the gap. Ruiz is nowhere near making that move. No.
No, he's not, is he?
You are correct. I'm
well, he's not far away. There's 3 back markers between them.
Make that 2 as he puts a lap on
someone.
Oh, it might be Matson actually.
It's not Matson. Matson's 10th.
Pennies. Wish I had words for that honestly, but I do not.
No.
So it looks like this is gonna be the finishing order. Exceptional circumstances, you know, withheld. I don't know. Who would you say has been your driver today, Bradley?
I mean,
I feel like it's better to not do it on the final lap this time.
Well, when we've literally only got about 15 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they do this in football, don't they? There's like 5 minutes left of the match and they dictate who's man for man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could start, you know, working that in. Speaking of football, Portsmouth suck. Carry on.
Up the Saints.
Up the man. Wait, no, you're saying a good thing. Good man.
Well, I mean, Ruiz has been really good, but then he got that lucky break at the start, didn't he, where his class was stuck behind. He's not really had a massive amount of extra speed than class on the same tyre.
No. Just wondering if that hold advantage might have been given to him by perhaps the defensive work being done by his teammate.
Yeah, likewise, you know, I think Perez has driven a solid race, if unspectacular. Alvarez has been a standout. I mean, to be where he is a phenomenal effort.
Because I mean, I personally was. Is that? Oh, it's Lopez. Oh yeah. Microsoft.
He's probably still got another stop to make at this rate.
To fix his car? But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I'll happily go with my going. Do they look closer to you, by the way?
Who, the top two?
Yeah. Oh
No.
the angle. Personally, I'm going to go for Alvarez for driver of the day. He's driven superbly. He's not been out and out outrageously full of moves left, right, and centre, driving like a madman. He's just been quietly, consistently productive, making the strategy work, keeping his nose out of trouble, making the best of the situation, and he found himself in a very profitable position. And if all things, touch wood, stay as they are, then Phoenix run for a double point scoring event, which is,
and their best ever finish in Formula Virtual.
Absolutely.
I'm going to surprise you here. Were it not for the, I'm going to go with Alvarez as well.
Yeah.
But were it not for the mistake that he just made, running into the back marker, I'd say Ruiz.
Oh really? He has been very dominant from the front up until that point. He's done.
Has he been sublimely quicker than everyone else? No, but he's done exactly what he needed to do when he needed to do it. He got, when he was scorching up to the back of Powers and Kinnaman, when he was getting towards making his, or when they were sort of just about to make their stop. The moves he made were clinical. He didn't risk anything, but he got them done as soon as he needed to do them. He didn't lose any time.
But then I suppose that's a really good kind of a metaphor, cautionary tale of how, yes, you can do everything right all afternoon when you're racing.
But one small error, yeah.
Will tear it all to the ground and shit on it with cat piss. And then piss on it with cat shit. Get me? We've all been there.
No.
He's like, nah.
I think, that gap does look a smidge closer, but I don't think it's anything that Nathaniel will be concerned about at this point.
No. It's a shame. It would have been a good scrap to see, but I think Powers. I do think Powers would eventually have the edge, just like from out top. Kinnaman. I mean, he did look stronger at the end of the second stint, the first stint, sorry, on those tyres, but losing the position on that undercut, getting stuck behind Fastman Schnellheim, I just think maybe lost his mojo a bit in the second stint of the race.
On board with Kanga then, sorry. Matson covers the inside line. Is this going to give Kanga a shot around the outside? And at the final post position, it absolutely is. Alar Kanga.
Naughty fucking boy. Coming
what
back.
What a move.
Right at the back of the field, pretty much, after that dismal event.
Sorry, Lilly, we're just losing you a little on the mic there. But yeah, so I think what you were saying is Alar Kanga then has come from 23rd on the grid after making work excluded from qualifying, failing to submit a race strategy on the soft tyres, very unfavoured, and he's fought his way back to 10th.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Consistently? It might be
Seems alright.
Back. Here we go, it's around the outside of turn 1 on the junior sister team.
Yeah, and Alar Kanga up into 9th.
That's you can't really ask for more than that, really.
No, you can't. He's covering the inside, though. Is this going to give Zylander a chance to come back at him? I think Zylander thinks better of it. He wants to be in that car someday, doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows exactly how to play his cards right.
There's Nathaniel Powers starts the final lap then. What's interesting, I've just noticed, Powers, the only driver to have ever won here in Bahrain more than once, and now he's on to make it a hat-trick.
Yeah, I'll say. And crucially, this has thrown a bit of a spanner in the works for the momentum of the Franklin boys. Obviously, they've been, pretty good. And
it's absolutely what we needed to do.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically gonna spice up the title fight a bit more because now Powers, I believe, leads the championship over Ruiz.
Hey, he's not finished the bloody lap yet. Hold on.
We'll have those calculations after the race is finished and all that malarkey. But
We will, yeah. As Adrian Simon now looking to try and get into the points himself as well. He's got to get past Matson and Zylander, but he's right with the pair of them.
the pizza is aggressive. The Simon is aggressive. But yeah, I guess we're going to see Powers rounding those final corners in a moment. So if you want to give us a rundown when we get the right camera angle.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We're still on Simon at the moment then. Got to run on Matson. Matson covers the inside line. Adrian Simon is going to go around the outside of turn 1 to try and take 11th place. He'll still have one to go get into points, but he's nearly there. Zylander's up to 9th. But we pick up the race leader then, Nathaniel Powers, as he rounds the final corner. It took Ruiz making a mistake to hand it to him, but well, he fought off Kinnaman, and Powers wins in Bahrain then for the 3rd time in his career. Timo Kinnaman finishes behind him in 2nd place, and that does indeed give Powers the lead back in the Drivers' Championship. It's opened things up again. Klaas-Van Snelhout completes the podium then. He was able to hold off. Enrique Ruiz couldn't quite, on those fresh tyres, close down the gap. It proved too big. Ruiz then, for the first time this season, finishes off the podium.
Oh god, yeah, that's a stat that's just come to a finish. He's going to be mad about that one.
Isn't he just? Especially seeing as it was his own fault.
Yeah, that's the worst part. He's got nothing else to blame it on. It was just simple driver error.
Such a shame after a really good drive. But yeah, that's 1st and 3rd. So Downton gained 10 points on Franklin there then. And well, the gap was pretty much half in the last race. So they'll have absolutely needed that one.
Yeah, I think what's happening here is we're definitely gearing up for a very tense end of the season, both in the Drivers and Constructors World Championships. But yeah, very exciting stuff to come, I think.
Yeah, so looking at the number of stops made on the left-hand side there, hard tyres definitely look like the strategy to be on today, didn't they?
Absolutely. Making that one less stop. Sure, you lose a bit in that 1 lap pace, but it absolutely, like, you don't lose enough to warrant.
Yeah, and it seems as though the only time the mediums really had the pace was when you were in totally clear air, like Ruiz was up front. Aside from that, they seem to struggle a bit, especially getting through the traffic.
Absolutely, yeah.
But as they complete their victory lap and dive back into the pit lane then, Nathaniel Powers leading the field, having won here in Bahrain in 2019. So then, the official classification shows that Nathaniel Powers is the winner for the 4th time this season. The gap was just 2.2 seconds back to Timo Kinnaman. Klaas-Van Snelhout completing the podium and making it a double for Downton. Enrique Ruiz, after that late incident, finishes 4th then, his first finish this season off of the podium. He did take fastest lap, but that will be little consolation. Likewise, Lewis Ellington, who retired from that strong position early on with a gearbox failure, the only retirement of the race in the Drivers' Championship then. Well, Nathaniel Powers goes back to the top. He is now ahead of Enrique Ruiz by 8 points. Klaas-Van Snelhout 3rd, but he's now 17 adrift, somewhat fallen away. Timo Kinnaman, though, his 2nd place in a row, has jumped him up past both of the Mattershore cars. The first drivers swap places as well, and Thierry Zylander moves past Elroy Wagner as he takes his 10th point of the season. A great run in recent races then for the young Belgian. And in the Constructors' Championship, well, Downton have somewhat restored a little bit of the damage that was done last time out by Franklin. The gap is back up to 56 points. Mattershore is still a solid 3rd, 131 behind. They are now the only 3 teams still in with a chance of the Constructors' Championship. Even first in 4th are out of it. But that's all from our race here today in Sakhir, Bahrain. So from both me and Lily, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 13 from Istanbul, Turkey.